Hi everyone, welcome to the Ravit Show. We are here at AWS reInvent and look who I with me, Nick Otto from IBM. Nick, welcome to the Ravit Show.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Nick, I'm wanting to learn a little about what you do at IBM. I know you look after the partnerships at IBM, so kind of excited to learn more about your role.
Absolutely. So I've been at IBM for almost 20 years now. I started in consulting. I've spent time in our software group, our systems group. I've been in ecosystem now for about 3 years, leading what we call our strategic partnerships.
Right.
Our strategic partnerships are some of the largest companies in the world, some of the biggest relationships that we have.
Right.
All billion-dollar plus relationships for IBM, where we're collaborating across the whole company, consulting, technology, research, pretty much every part of the business.
Right.
And my team manages that 360 relationship with all of them.
That's awesome. Since you mentioned about AWS, I know there were some great announcements made yesterday at the keynote. I'm kind of curious to learn about the partnership that you have with AWS.
Yep.
Wanting to learn about the users, customers, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, our relationship with AWS is really vast. We've had a great consulting relationship for quite some time, focused around migration, modernization.
Yep.
We have had a incredibly good technology relationship, which is really grounded around hybrid cloud and Red Hat. Our collaboration with them around ROSA started a few years back to try and make hybrid cloud more accessible across AWS. And that's just continued to expand. Going back a couple years now, we brought our software portfolio into AWS to try and add more and more of our SaaS properties into the AWS marketplace. We now have 70 plus offerings in the AWS marketplace. 25 plus of those are SaaS across pretty much the entire world at this point. So our relationship just gets stronger and stronger every year, and this year's really been a lot about the most important topic everyone's covering, which is AI and our AI collaboration.
Yeah, talking about AI, I'm kind of also curious to see how are you working across entire AI stack and how do you choose the right projects to work on?
Kind of determining prioritization around which projects to focus on is a real challenge. So we spend a lot of time jointly with AWS to figure out what are those hot spots. So if you look across kind of the AI stack, when we first launched watsonx last year, we brought the entire watsonx portfolio to AWS on day zero.
Yeah.
We've continued to add to that and expand to that, but making sure that our clients have options on where they want to run our software is kind of a really foundational element from an infrastructure perspective. Then you kind of add on to that the marketplace, making sure you have good routes to market, people can procure these things where they want to procure them.
Yeah.
And I think what I'm most excited about this year is kind of adding on to that, making sure that our products work really well with the other AWS native services. So we announced several months back the collaboration between watsonx.governance and SageMaker. Just on stage a little bit ago, we announced bringing our Granite models into Bedrock and the Bedrock marketplace.
Yes.
I think a lot more to come in that space.
That's fantastic. Also in terms of customers, I'm pretty sure there are many joint customers that you'll have. One thing that they love about AWS and IBM that you would like to share?
I think when I look across our customers, and we just did a great session yesterday with a wide range of customers, some of our largest customers and partners, and some of our brand new customers and partners. Right. And I think what's great about the IBM and AWS relationship is we can kind of cover that full gamut. So some of our largest clients in the world, like Delta Airlines, we're collaborating across the entire stack, working with Red Hat, working with IBM Software, IBM Consulting, and then looking at some of our smaller customers, very first-time IBM customers, sometimes first-time AWS customers, where we're helping them launch new managed services on the AWS marketplace, figuring out how to be an IBM partner, how to be an AWS partner. So it's a really exciting, broad relationship.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of, obviously understanding that goes into when it comes to partnership, but at the same time, customers are super happy because they get best of both the worlds.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome. One more quick question. So what is IBM's strategy around generative AI and the broader technology ecosystem? Anything that you would like to share?
I think, when you look at the entire generative AI space, our perspective has been really consistent now for 4 years. If you go back 4 years ago, our CEO declared 2 main priorities, hybrid cloud and AI.
Yeah.
I think at the time, hybrid cloud was really alive and well. People were trying to figure out how to deal with modernizing what workloads belong in cloud, what workloads we want to keep on-prem, and how does all that work together. I think most people at the time were like, AI, that's important. Obviously, in the last 4 years, that's changed substantially. So our strategy on hybrid cloud and AI together, I see those intersecting more and more, helping clients figure out what are the right models to solve the right problems, what's the governance that I want to wrap around it all from an AI governance perspective, what's the value that I'm trying to drive at the end of the day. And as we move into 2025, I just see scaling really becoming that next step. moving out of the pilots and into scaling and driving business value.
Exactly, I love it. That's something I was also discussing with a few enterprise leaders, because I was talking to them early in 2024, and they were like, this year is going to be the year of implementation, but looks like obviously it's not going to happen overnight. So it kind of took a little while, but then now 2025 year is almost here. We're kind of seeing more use cases coming out. What do you think about 2025? It's already here. What's next big thing? Not the big thing, I would say, but like you said, obviously more of implementation that would go into the game, right?
I mean, first of all, scaling, just kind of back to that point. I think the days of pilots are kind of done. Now everyone's trying to figure out the business value, which is why you see behind us cloudability, trying to figure out how to deal with cost and optimization across that spend is becoming more and more important. As you scale, you need to have governance, you need to understand cost, you need to understand value.
So true.
So we're working with all of our clients to try and figure out how to make sure we maximize that value statement as they continue their AI journey.
Love it. Nick, one last question for you is about if folks want to reach out to you, learn more about the different partnerships, they want to learn more about IBM, AWS partnership, and other partners as well. I know you have Salesforce, Microsoft, others as well. Where can they do that?
We've got great information online. We'll make sure we give the links and we can include that at the end of the video.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Nick. Such a pleasure chatting with you on the Ravit Show. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for watching us.